everybody, and welcome to a very special free comic book day edition of our top 10 quick comic picks. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and this is a real quick show where we show you 10 of the biggest and best books that you'll want to grab on free comic book day, which is coming up on Saturday, May 3rd. So this will give you a little bit better idea of what to expect when you go into your store, or I believe we have some very special deals on infinityflux.net,
Yep.
some bundles, all that kind of fun stuff to check out. So you get a better idea of what to expect because there's a lot of surprises in these books.
Yeah, and there's like 40 something, 45 books coming
Yeah.
out, I think, on Free Comic Book Day. We will have a longer video shortly after this one going over all of them, but we wanted to show you the biggest and best ones in this video.
Yes, and I'm actually going to start unbiasedly with Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures 2025 special. And this one has art by me.
What? Again?
I know. This is a cut and paste from last
Yeah.
year. So this is my second year doing the Young Jedi Adventures book. This one was a lot of fun. I did this with writer Dave Scheid, who is awesome. Super fun story of the Young Jedi Adventure kids going out on a mission to the swamps of Tanu. But when they get there, they're expecting Yoda, except Yoda has left them a scavenger hunt. And yeah, fun ensues. I got to draw a bunch of cool creatures that I got to make up. So
Yeah.
once again, I am lord over Star Wars creatures, and I get to create things.
Sounds like Yoda gave them a to-do list.
Yes. You were thinking of that since I said
Yep,
the
I've been
first part.
waiting.
This also does have a Avatar: The Last Airbender backup story, if you are a fan of that as well. But yeah, had to start off with mine because if you don't toot your own horn, your horn doesn't get tooted.
Well, I'm going to start with the Fantastic Four Giant Size X-Men book, and this features a Fantastic Four story from your upcoming creative team of Ryan North and Herberto Ramos. I don't believe it's going to be in the upcoming Fantastic Four #1. It's an original story.
It feels like a very like standalone little story.
A very fun story. I love the artwork, and then the Giant Size X-Men story is getting us ready for the Giant Size X-Men #1 that's coming out, where Kamala Khan actually gets sent back to the past to right the past. I guess we don't really know why she's done that yet. The artwork in that is phenomenal. All the X-Men look like they do in the original Giant Size X-Men #1. I absolutely love that. And there's a really funny Deadpool and Wolverine comic written by Chip Zdarsky, written and drawn by Chip Zdarsky. It's not Deadpool and Wolverine, though. You'll have to read it to see what I mean, but just a lot of good stuff in this book.
Well, next up, we got to talk about the DC All-In Absolute Universe special. This is really cool. So, as you can see right here on this cover, we have a kind of our first taste of the new Superman Unlimited by Dan Slott. This is going to be very exciting, coming out in a few weeks. Now, the short story that's in that will be in the Superman Unlimited #1, but you do get a better idea of that. But then on the flip side, we do have a new story. This is for the Absolute Universe, written by Jeff Lemire. And in this, Mirror Master observes the Absolute Heroes. We saw him appear at the end of Absolute Flash #1. But what is he doing there? What is he checking out? He sees Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, but you have to read it to find out. And who is this mysterious big green fist? Well, that is a secret I'll never tell.
Well, next, I guess I could show the cover now. This was a spoiler cover for a while, but now that G.I. Joe #6 is out, I guess we can show this. This is the Energon Universe 2025 free comic book day book, and this has 3 different stories. One with G.I. Joe that picks up right on the heels of G.I. Joe #6 with Clutch and Hound kind of getting into a scrape, and Clutch takes Hound to a very surprised character to get some help working on him. We have a Transformers story that shows Jazz's love of music. That's a one-and-done story. And there's a Void Rival story that gets us ready for the next big story that they're going to be telling in that book. So another fantastic Energon Universe book. I can't wait for everybody to check this out.
Did you care about the surprise character that's in this?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to double check.
Very much so, yes.
Okay, next up, I've got the Amazing Spider-Man Ultimate Universe special. This is really cool. So Part of this is Amazing Spider-Man, written by Joe Kelly, and the art is by John Romita Jr. This kind of follows up on issue one's backup story with Norman Osborn, as we see a little bit more of some of the stuff going on with him. We have Spider-Man faces off against Lord Deathstrike or Lord Deathstroke. I don't remember
I
which
think
one it
Death
is.
Strike. Yeah.
Deathstrike, who is attempting to kill Norman Osborn. That's kind of a little done in one thing. I don't know how much that's going to play into it. It's just a little kind of filler
Yeah.
within Amazing Spider-Man. And also, we've got our Ultimate story by Cody Ziegler and Denise Camp, where the Maker visits Miles Morales. If we remember that from way back, he basically gave him a card that's a ticket to the new Ultimate
Hmm.
Universe, and Miles didn't do anything with it. But what if someone else gets a hold of it and Miles has to go after them?
Yeah.
That is really cool. Plus, there's a surprise story in here of Spider-Man, Venom, and Carnage that you'll have to read to find out. But very fun issue right there.
Well, next is IDW Dark Find Your Fear. And this is a preview. This gives us small previews of 4 different IDW stories. Going from back to front, there is a story called Blood Honey that's coming out soon. There's a story called Tuatha. That's going to be an oversized one shot that comes out soon. There's a new 30 Days of Night called Falling Sun. That looks really cool. And my very favorite one is the very first one. It is Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Right of Spring. So this is the sequel to last year's Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees that picks up on a few things that happened in that series. I loved that series, and I'm so excited that we are getting a sequel. And this is your first look at that.
Next up, this is a big one. It's very cool. This is Post Malone's Big Rig. Yep, that Post Malone has a comic. Uh, and this is really funny. So it's about kind of these dark ages where demon hordes plague Europe as hell invades Earth. But in the small hamlet, a blacksmith is working away when seemingly from the heavens a big rig shows up and he dons what I assume is a magical trucker cap, and now
Okay.
he is facing off against demons. It sounds really goofy, but it actually works really well in this. That it doesn't really seem out of nowhere. But the art is phenomenal. It's black and white with a few spot colors here and there. I really enjoyed it, and I think this one's going to go fast considering it's Post Malone's first comic.
And next we have Godzilla the New Heroes. And this is really cool because this is the start of a new shared Godzilla universe. There's 3 different stories in this that all take place in the same universe. There's just the new Godzilla series by Tim Seeley and Nicola Sismeja. And this introduces a super team called G-Force, but it's not that G-Force. But they have been put together to kill Godzilla, and they might actually have the power to do it. There's a story. Whoops! There is a story called Godzilla Escape the Dead Zone, and that is a part of the Pacific Northwest has been walled off, and it just features mutated creatures. And there's another story called Starship Godzilla, which is about an intergalactic band of mercenaries who travel the galaxy in Mechagodzilla.
Wow.
And the artwork in all of these is really cool. I really am looking forward to reading the full issues of all of these.
Well, next up, I have a little cheat because I'm actually going to do two. But first off, I got Power Rangers Prime. This is a really fun story set in the current Power Rangers Prime universe, but focused on a small dog named Doobie as he gets abandoned but gets saved by a nice young man who has a tiny little Megazord in his room. And the dog might mind meld with the Megazord. You'll have to find out. On the other side of it is the one I was really excited about. VR Troopers is getting its own series. They've recently had a kind of a crossover with Power Rangers, but there's going to be a new VR Troopers series, and you get your first taste of that here. But I couldn't pick between the two, so I also want to
You're going rogue.
point out Speed Racer. This is Mad Cave's new Speed Racer book. This is kind of a zero issue. It's broken into 2 parts. The first part is about Speed Racer and Spritle and Chim Chim and kind of just seeing them race and outrun the law and stuff like that. There's also a second story in here focused on Racer X. And yeah, both of them really cool, and now it makes me very excited for the new Speed Racer series.
Well, my last one is Def Leppard's Hysteria. And this is really cool. It starts in 1962 with this band. They're on a plane, and one of the members has what I guess is a cursed guitar, and he can't stop playing it to the point where it actually like goes down to the bones of his fingers,
Yeah.
and then it makes him do other bad things as well. Flash forward to present day, and the daughter of that band member needs some equipment, and she goes to a storage facility to get that cursed guitar. What horrors does that bring for her? I don't know because it's not in here, but I can't wait to read the full series to check that out.
Well, that is it for our free comic book day top 10 quick comic picks. Hopefully, this gave you a better idea of what to expect on May 3rd when you go in for free comic book day to your local store, or if you are local to Infinity Flux, or shop with us online. There's stuff every one of those places
Mm-hmm.
for you. There's so many more. Like we said, there's 40 something books coming out. So stay tuned for our longer video. We go more in depth and talk about all of them coming up very soon. But until next time, see
See
ya.
ya.